The thing about Superman is that he has never really been one of us. Yet, we have always wanted him to be. And that's the trick, isn't it? He can bend steel like taffy. He can hear your screams across an ocean. Yet he still feels like he just stepped out of a Kansas cornfield. And he always does the right thing, just because it is the right thing to do. That is not fantasy. That is aspiration. And aspiration is the key ingredient in the secret sauce of the myth of Superman. So now with the release of the new Superman trailer that promises a brighter, more gentle son of Krypton, the loyalists of the previous steel-plated Messiah have emerged, capes flapping indignantly in the digital wind. They are clutching their Snyder cuts and raising their eyebrows at the hypocrisy while crying foul. Superman is wrestling with his morality. He is facing alienation. This Superman is asking the same questions that Zack Snyder's Man of Steel did. Well, yeah, James Gunn is asking the same questions that Zack Snyder did, but the difference is in how he is asking them. Zack Snyder's Superman is a creature of perpetual dusk, lit like a Renaissance painting of a fallen angel that is too jacked to cry. From Man of Steel, through to Batman v Superman, all the way to the operatic sprawl of Zack Snyder's Justice League, we the audience were told, repeatedly, solemnly, even thunderously, that this is a Superman that is burdened by his power. He is a Christ figure in a Michael Bay world, and Snyder, God bless him, shot the hell out of that idea. His Superman hovered above the clouds, glared mournfully into the middle distance, and fought Zod as if saving the world required the total destruction of it. But talking about ideas is not the same thing as understanding them. Snyder's films might have mouthed the language of myth, but they never really felt like it. They might have adopted a posture of profundity, but they always felt a little juvenile, like that kid who never got over reading The Fountainhead. Snyder's Superman never really struggled with being good, but he suffered because goodness in Snyder's universe equals martyrdom. And that's really the rub, isn't it? Superman has never been Jesus. He is Moses in glasses, raised by humans, deliberate in his hope, and guided by conscience. Superman never saves us because he believes it's some cosmic duty of his. He saves us because he believes that we are worth saving. What the new trailer seems to understand, something that Snyder never quite did, is that the mythology of Superman has never really been about his powers, but rather about his restraint. The fact that again and again and again and again and again, he chooses to be good when he could be anything else. There is a glimmer in this new footage, a lightness, a joy to behold even. A Superman who smiles not because the scene requires it, but because he wants to. It's not naivete, it's faith. Now, the Snyder loyalists are arguing that this new film seems to be recycling old themes while not getting the same level of stick for it. The immigrant identity, being an outsider, the loneliness of strength, the moral burden of intervention. If these are all the ingredients that make up a Superman film, then shouldn't the recipe matter more than anything else? Because while Snyder might have cooked something with the same parts, he served up a dish that was raw, bleeding, and just doused in slow-motion metaphors. This new film, if the trailer is to be believed of course, seems less interested in painting Superman as some tortured demigod, but rather returning him to that iteration that inspired generations of people. A figure who can soar above the clouds and yet still worry about getting his boots cleaned by his mom. It is strangely ironic that the Snyder films treated Superman with such reverence that they almost forgot to make him human. This new film might be doing just the opposite, treating Clark Kent with as much reverence as they do Superman. Imagine that. A Superman who isn't burdened by messianic angst, but soaring above it, clear-eyed and grounded, not being made to feel ashamed of his goodness, but allowing him to be defined by it. Maybe that's what's really upsetting the Snyder loyalists. Not the repetition of old themes, but rather the idea that someone else might finally say something true with them. Because let's face it is easy to build statues, but it is hard to make people believe in heroes. Thanks for watching.